years ago, the free nations of Andaria sent an airship into the stellar. A few years later, another. Until finally the station Arche-1, known as the Ark by its small crew, was born. Not just a symbol of the mortal ingenuity, the Ark is a symbol that mortals have a chance to not lose their world to those who would take it for themselves. Welcome to the story of the Celestial Engine.
We are sometime in the future from the launch of that spaceship, the second spaceship that they launched, and then the final space station, the Ark. In that time, many events have taken place. You, the crew, playing this campaign, don't know what those events are right now. You remember the launch. You remember getting into certain kind of pods, to like a stasis, and they were enclosed over you. You close your eyes. You went to sleep. Much time has passed. We're now going to begin from your next moments. Moments of life reach you. You don't feel dead or alive. Suddenly you can see and hear. But you're different. In fact, everything is different. You are a small orb of light. You're circling around a crystal-born being. This being is a constructed suit of armor with the soul crystal in its chest. And it seems to be alive. Suddenly, the crystal-born looks at each of you. He is counting out loud. And counting to 5. You wonder what else he's pointing to. You rotate around. And you see that you're in fact one of 5 of these floating orbs. What is all this, you wonder? Who is this being, and more importantly, who am I? You have no memory before this moment right now. He moves his arm and points to a nameplate that says Aegis, as if he's aware of your exact thoughts. You look around to get a sense of your environment. It seems Aegis is standing in a very large room. Within this room, there are many things. There is a large window on the wall, and you see there's a lot of small items that someone might use if they're just sitting back, relaxing. Tea kettles, some glasses, napkin, and things that sit. But this area seems to be some sort of like lounge, and it's circular. But again, one of the walls has a large window on it. He points out, and outside the window, you see a beautiful world of blue and green color. And within that world, you see sudden bursts of rainbow light. They burst and they shriek around the whole world. You're in awe of how beautiful this world is. And you find yourself more curious about Aegis. He's quite colorful himself. He has very interesting details on his body and a large orb or soul crystal in his chest. He points to the world and he says,
"The world is growing. It is too big."
He sits down and puts his hands on his chest and begins to remove some sort of locks right around the orb. After removing some pins and loosening some bolts, in a few seconds, he pulls out the orb. And connected to it is some sort of circuitry. It also looks like something that he's done himself. Because around the orbs are thin crystals, and there are 5. He points to the blue orb.
Me.
And he points to the crystal. To all of you.
You help Ark. You Aegis now.
He puts his hand over the blue orb, and all of a sudden you see light go in his eyes and go in the orb, and much of a bluish orb light transfers out into the crystals. As that happens, he leans back in the chair. Leans back, looking like he's fading, sleeping, or shutting down, however you may see it.
Big world smaller. 6-0. Fine father. Finished.
All of you are small circles of light. You cannot speak. You can only take action. What do you want to do?
I guess I want to move towards the circuitry. If I can see the circuitry that connects the orb to Aegis, that intrigues me somewhat for some reason. So I want to take a look at that and see if I can glean what it is or what its purpose is.
On the orb, you said?
Yeah, you said the orb's connected to circuitry that some of it seems like homemade almost, and some of it seems part of, I guess, its original construction. So I want to see if I can glean what the purpose of it is.
Okay, so you kind of float over to the orb. You take a look at everything around it, and you believe that the orb is probably some sort of power source for him. And the crystals along the side, you're not really sure how the crystals interact with him or why they're hooked up, but you did see that transference of energy from the main orb into the crystals around the circle.
Okay.
I'd like to move closer to the crystals and look at them more carefully.
Okay, so you float around, and all of you can see each other, kind of going around, but you can't hear, you can't sense anything else. Just witness. So you come around to the crystals, and you see that each crystal has a very different swirling pattern to it, very unique in each one.
Okay.
Is Aegis holding anything?
No, he's not.
Okay.
The patterns, are they familiar to me at all? Do I recognize anything in there?
I'll allow you to roll an insight check.
Okay.
So add your insight to your will. Roll that many dice, looking for a 6.
Nope. No 6.
So the pattern doesn't mean anything to you. It looks interesting. You feel like there's some sort of depth here, but you don't know what it means.
What are the colors again? I'm sorry.
It's basically just like swirling mist, probably like grays and blacks.
All the crystals are the same colors that are connected to it?
Yeah,
Same colors, yes, but the patterns and the way they're moving are very different.
Okay.
Same color but different pattern. Okay.
Are they all moving at the same speed, kinda? The patterns?
Roughly, yes.
I want to float over to the window.
Okay.
Do I recognize the planet?
The planet feels very familiar to you.
Do I know what planet it is?
No, you're not sure.
What about the magic that's floating across the entire planet? Do I recognize what that is?
While you recognize that as being beautiful and unique, you don't know what it is.
Okay.
Do we? If I was to look at some of these guys, if I look at them, do they have any patterns that might reflect that in the crystals? Do we have patterns to ourselves?
Yes.
Okay.
Take 25 experience points.
How many?
And 25. And you feel like that there are movements that are very similar to the crystals in some of them, and you catch that one of them looks the same, and you catch another, and you notice a similarity between all of them.
Okay. Is there a mirror in the room where I can see what I look like?
There is a window which you can kind of see your reflection in.
I want to see if I can match my reflection with the crystal pattern.
Okay, I think you can spend enough time. You guys see one of the orbs kind of go over to the glass. Actually, you do that, and you actually join Dan's orb, and you kind of sit there and just kind of inspect yourself, and you are able to get a sense of the patterns that you're reacting in.
As soon as I figure that out, I'll head towards that crystal.
Okay. You head over to the crystal, you're floating around it, and you see a crystal that matches your essence.
Cool. If I can, I'll try and like move into it. Like I'll try and like float into it.
Okay. You float into that crystal. The rest of you see this, and you see him disappear, and the crystal lights up.
Ooh. All right. When that happens, do I notice a difference? Like even like a glow of surprise or something like that in any of the other floating orbs? Like, I'm trying to see if there's any
perhaps
possible.
Roll insight check.
Okay. All right. No.
Okay, so now you look around. You don't. There's nothing that you can tell. You look for some kind of that would tell you something, but you're not sure.
All right. Okay.
Was it? Sorry, I was just gonna say, was it at all? Was it? Did I notice that the other one that went into the crystal? Did we see him like sort of compare himself to the other ones first, or did he just like go in right into it? Was it like? Was there any?
No, you don't see any of that.
Did I notice any similarity or anything like that between him and the crystal?
No, you just saw. The only thing you would have
I just
noticed
saw him go into it.
Yeah, because you're just looking around as well. So you would have noticed him when he went around it, and then kind of like lured, and then
Right.
you would get the sense that he chose,
Right.
but you don't
Right,
know
he chose it.
under with what information.
Right. Okay. Okay.
All right. So, Radar and I are both. We're both at the crystal, looking at it.
Yeah. So
Yes.
two orbs are floating around the crystal. You see one orb, which is kind of like making their way around the room and searching. It seems to be kind of just looking around. This is our fifth character that's not here today. And you see, obviously, Dan's orb is at the glass still.
All right. Okay. Have in the time, and I don't know how much time has elapsed, but in the time that we have been examining things and looking around or whatever, has the world got noticeably bigger? He said the world is too big. Like, have we noticed any changes to the world other than those flashes or whatever?
No.
All right. All right. I want to look at the crystal specifically that the one orb entered. You said that it lit up. It's a different color now, I guess, or
It's just bright white,
okay.
and you can see you can no longer see swirling. You just see that the crystal is just illuminating.
Did anything happen with Aegis, or is anything different with his? It's
You're not sure as of yet. No.
all right. Well, I don't know what he did, but I'm going to try and touch one of the crystals too. So without knowing what that secret was, I'm just gonna randomly pick one, and I'll pick the one to the left of the one that he touched.
Okay, you try to go into one of the crystal. You go through it, and you literally just pass through it.
All right, I try and pass. I probably try and get out of Aegis. I guess I'm inside of that. Like, I try.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just watching him.
I glowingly shrug. I don't know.
So
all
two
right.
different things, two different results here.
Right.
So far.
Okay. If that's what happened, I'm going to try each one that's left over and see if the same thing happens as I go through.
You
So
travel
I go
through each one, and as you get to the second one, it accepts you, and the crystal lights up.
All right. I'll go in. I'll go next.
Damien follows suit. You follow the same pattern. You find one that works out, and
Yeah.
it lights up. You see the other one that was going around the room just kind of starts investigating, and then eventually chooses one and finds the right one, and that lights up. Dan, yours is the only one left now.
Just one more question about the planet. Do I recognize it as Andaria, or is it a a planet that I feel like I've seen but don't know what it is.
You can't even remember where you're from right now.
I can't remember what Andaria is at all.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So then I'll go head back on over, and there's one crystal left.
Yes.
All right. I'll enter that crystal.
Okay, I was going to say you're the only person who won this game because everyone else died, but now everyone's died.
Oh, all right.
You did the wrong thing now.
You should not have touched those crystals.
Just had to ignore it, you would have won the whole game. You guys go into Aegis, and all of a sudden, Aegis comes online. Except it's not Aegis. It's all of you. You can all interact with each other now. And you do feel like the fifth one of you, you could feel the presence there, but that one is having trouble manifesting. But you're all in the same body. You can all speak to each other. And you get to choose, by majority vote, who controls until that person stops or until the majority decides that they don't.
I love it.
You come on board, you look around. And you can see the room.
So long?
You can see the room that I described to you. And it's basically like an area of a spaceship where there's like seating around in a circle. This would be like an observation deck, you know, and it's beautiful looking out the window. And what you also notice, the window is a good portion of it. It's like wrapped around. So it's probably like almost half of the room, and it's facing the planet. What's also in this room looks to be some sort of communication area, and it looks to be complex. And at this time, depending on who's in control, you may be able to learn more, but right now you're not seeing it with anyone's eyes. So you do recover your memories at this moment, and you remember leaving the planet. You know who you are. And this planet, as you look out there, looks like Andaria. But the rainbow streaks seem to be something new. Either you weren't aware of that happened, or this is brand new. That looks to be foreign and unique. The only other thing in this room, besides what I mentioned, is a ladder that goes up. You guys can roleplay.
What took you guys so long?
Do we know each other?
Yes, you're not. I wouldn't say you're friends. They're friends from work. You know, you're more like you met each other on this on the sign up, and maybe you've known each other for a few days, and then you are ready to go here.
Oh, are we physical inside Aegis? Or are we like on a bridge on like Aegis's? Like, are we looking through his eyes? Like, how's this?
You're not physical. You're all seeing out of the same body and the same experience.
Okay.
But you have all the voices, and sometimes you're in control, and sometimes you're not. If you guys, once you say that and you focus on it, you realize that if you wanted to make that, you could, and that's possible because it's within your own mind. So if you try to make that, you can.
I try and do that. I try and pop into reality there.
So all you feel like is some sort of manifestation is creating in your mind. Do you want to allow it to happen? Do you want to resist it? Raise your hand if you want to allow it.
I'll allow it.
So hand is always going to be allow, and not is resist. So three of you already allowed it, so it already happens.
This feels weird.
So what? We feel someone taking over control, and the question is, do we want to allow it to happen?
Exactly, that is.
Okay. Yeah.
So all of a sudden, you guys are standing, and you see a manifestation of everyone's bodies, and you're standing in like a version of like what you might consider to be like perhaps Aegis's head or the orb or whatever, however Phil envisions it right now.
Can I envision it like a lounge, it's like a fireplace and like a couple of big chairs?
Sure. Okay.
And what we're looking at is like the window beyond, like on the other side of the room from the fireplace.
Okay. So he envisions that, and you guys are all sitting there, walking around the room, and you appear, and you can speak.
Well, this is more comfortable.
I thought so.
Miles, Radar, Desmond.
Yeah.
No.
All right. It seems like something bad is happening, right? He said the planet's getting bigger, which shouldn't be happening.
No.
And then he said,
find his father or something like that.
Find his father, find the hole, and then
it's home.
Right. So, any ideas what that means?
If the planet's getting bigger, we might be heading towards it. It's getting bigger.
You mean like it's getting closer?
That's one way to think about it. If it's
I wonder if Aegis
getting
keeps
bigger, if it looks bigger, that means we're getting closer to it.
Oh, that's what he. That's a good idea. That's a good call.
That's clever.
Or maybe it's like, bigger or smaller, like as far as like the way that we get around and how far we've traveled and like all that. Like it's bigger, or you know what I'm saying? But at the first thing I thought it was the distance.
All right. Well, there's some controls on the ship, right? To find out that aren't there?
Is there a way to
Hope
check
so.
Aegis's memories? Like, can we watch past memories of his?
You feel like his memories are there, but you don't feel like you have the capacity or the ability to access them.
Do we know exactly what controls are on the ship or what the ship is capable of?
You don't have any memory of the ship, and
So we don't-
from what you were talked about in the beginning, you were actually on the first spacecraft to go up, and you know that you've been in stasis for a very long time,
Yeah.
and it's
Oh, we know. Okay.
led to a station, so you can only imagine how much time has passed.
Before we went under, did we know whether or not the ship could communicate with the planet?
It was unknown. No,
But
he thought he could because he's done it before using magic. He talked about setting up a station. That's the goal, to have some way to be up there and be okay and be independent. So that's the result. You would imagine they have a way to communicate back, but you don't know
Right,
this time.
We saw something that looked like it could be like some kind of complicated communications array in the room. All right. Do we know? We have some sense of like what each other do, right? Some sense, like,
yeah.
hey, a few years ago we met, and I remember you're a guy, did stuff, right?
Yeah, I would imagine if you guys reminded each other of what you do quickly, it might help.
Yeah. All right. All right. Well, if there's something broken, I could probably fix it, but I don't know where it is or what could be broken. There's got to be something on the ship that like tells us what's going on with the ship, right? Does anyone know anything about that?
I mean, it should.
Maybe Aegis has an interface that we have to get to, like the main. Let's get to the main
We should
area.
find out if there's anybody else up here and
Where are our bodies?
and
Where are our
how
bodies?
long it's been, and yeah. I mean, we don't know what's going on right now besides what we see out the window.
You guys want to start there? Look for our bodies.
Oh,
I'd like to communicate with the planet if we can. Let them know that we're awake. Let them know that Aegis is gone. Try to find out what's happening on Andaria.
right. And who Aegis is, right? We don't have any memory of him before now, right? There's no conversation about Aegis.
I would say roll intelligence checks.
Okay. Just straight intelligence check.
Yeah.
No.
Sorry. No sixes.
Nope.
No sixes.
So you're not sure.
All right. Okay.
Let's look to the main control room. Main control room. There's maybe we can see something there.
Yeah, I that's my take too. Let's try and find something that tells us where these instruments are, what's going on, and then we can figure out how we can communicate that back to the world.
All right. Sounds.
Radar, you're a pilot, right?
I am.
Well, let's have Radar walk.
All right.
Or
Here we go. Out the door.
all right, pilot this.
Your
Crystal
first
board.
pilot is your own body.
Awesome.
Okay, so
Everybody, hold on.
They allow you to take over, and all of a sudden you can feel the arms and the legs and the head and everything else. And you
I
can
sit in one of the chairs. I'm like,
Oh, this is much better. All right. All right. I look. Is this door out of this room?
There is not. There's a ladder that goes up.
Ah, a ladder. Okay. I'll go up the ladder.
Okay. You begin to climb the ladder. You go on up. It goes up probably about 20 feet. And once you get to the top, you come out into what appears to be some sort of command center or control room. On one side of it, and this is a circular room. One side of it has what you could describe as like a crystal engine or core. And there's these tubes that are like glowing liquid inside of it that are actually feeding into the core, and those tubes travel outside of this room. There are 5 exits around the circle, and 1 tube goes down each of the different ways. On the opposite side of this room, there is what appears to be some sort of stations with panels on them that you could possibly control, and a large helm wheel that you could possibly drive something. Again, you have the 5 different ways to get out of the room. You have the ladder you just came up on, but also the ladder continues, and it goes all the way up to another room that's apparently above.
The tubes that go out, they're like person sized. They're big to like go to get in. Is that what you're saying?
No, they're about 2 inches around.
They're what?
They're 2 inches in diameter.
They're
Oh, so
like powered
they're-
tubes, right? They're like siphoning, either feeding in or siphoning out of the crystal. That's what it
The
is.
tubes run into the crystal in some way, and the tubes run into an indeterminate length out down the halls.
Out in 5 different ways. Okay.
All right.
So we can, if we want to enter those 5 hallways, they're big enough for us to enter.
You could.
Okay. Like they're not like little holes just for the tubes.
Yeah. And right now, just since you're asking about the hallways now, there's a door on each one, and the door is closed.
Okay.
Now in this room, I want to be clear again. Behind the crystal engine, there looks like there's some sort of control panels and a big steering wheel.
Yes.
I'm gonna go over to that big steering wheel and just put my hands on it, just to give it a little feel.
Yes.
I just wanna touch something. Feels like it's been a while.
All right.
Just give it a little feel.
Okay.
While you're touching it, we take a look at the panels and see if we can read what any of these instruments say.
All right, I
Not
look
just
at
the wheel. All right.
I look at the panels and such, where the wheel is to start.
So right there is a picture of that room. Actually, it's not circular. It's a pentagon, and you see the crystal is on the back half, and it's all one giant room. And you see the control panels are in the middle.
Okay. As far as any of the controls that are right by the wheel where I am right now, am I seeing anything that I recognize or anything that's like labeled in any sort of interesting way? Or
If you're asking, can you understand it? You understand the helm and you understand the controls to some degree. You are seeing controls that would drive whatever you're in, and they would have the pitch and the yaw and the movements and such for you to the radial movement. But you are not sure what you're in right now. You assume it could be a ship or the station. It does feel like the station, but the ship does have the panels that go into it probably too in depth for you to understand.
All right.
Okay.
I want to look for something. I want to look for one of 2 things. I want to look for numbers going down, like preferably a large number that's going down, or any kind of image that would indicate a proximity from the surface. Right.
Okay. So you do find that exactly. You take 25 experience points. You do find an area on one of the side panels that is registering 3 different markers that appears to be distance. One of those markers seems to be changing, but in a I guess in a sort of unusual way. And you can see kind of the history of the marker too. And that one goes larger, then lower, then larger and lower, and you can follow the pattern. This other one, though, seems to have been steady for a long time, and now that it's decreasing.
So it looks like might be a distance scenario.
Yeah, I'd put the number right now at about 87, and you're seeing 87.3, 2, 1.
Well, it's not. That's not good. All right. Okay. Right.
All right.
It looks like you're all right, which is bad because when we get close enough, we won't have any say in the matter. We'll just be meeting the planet again, really rapidly.
What was the starting? Is there any way to tell what the starting number was from the 80s number? Does it tell you that much?
423.
423.
423. Oh no. All right. All right. Now, I want to ask her to look around to see if anything's like blinking red or flashing or giving some sort of warning sign. Right? What's that flashing?
What's that flashing?
Said it. What's that flashing?
Okay, so you're looking through the eyes. Remember, Damien's in control, but you're looking through the eyes, kind of.
Yeah,
like,
I was asking.
like
I've asked him to look around. We're just gonna like.
I'll look around the room.
Yeah, so you look around and you don't see anything flashing here. You do see another panel that has. It looks to be something that controls the ship's power usage and power allocation.
Let's take a closer look at that.
Okay. So you walk over to a meter, and the meter seems to have buttons, and it has like something listed. It has a number, and then a button you could push underneath it.
Okay.
So what it says is going across. It says shields,
Okay.
support nodes, containment, gravity, crystal chamber, thrusters, and weapons.
What was the second one?
Shields, support nodes,
Support
containment,
nodes.
gravity, crystal chamber, thrusters, and weapons.
All right.
What's the support node number at?
Support nodes are currently at 2.
And that's out of what?
I can't answer that.
You said there's a number, and then there's 2 numbers under each thing.
There are different numbers for each one.
All right.
No,
Give us all the numbers.
Did you say there was 2 numbers for each one, or just 1 number per one?
No. There's one number that is
For each one. For
yeah,
each.
so like
item.
it says the title, then it says a number, and then there's a button.
All right. You want to give us? And then there's a button. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Give us the numbers. if
Okay.
you
So
have them.
shields, thrusters, weapons are all 0.
Shields, thrusters, weapons. Okay.
Okay.
Containment is 3.
Okay.
Support nodes is 2.
Uh-huh.
Gravity is 1,
Uh-huh.
and the crystal chamber is 4.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yay.
All right. Can I do any sort of insight check to figure out?
It would be an
What?
ingenuity check.
All
In
right.
this case.
All right. Hold on 1 second. Let me see what I got here. Oh, good. All right. Right. Yeah, I got a 6.
Okay. So you can ask me one question about the panel or anything else.
Is it
Yes
yes
or
or no, or just
Yes
yes
or
or no? Are higher numbers better?
No.
Okay.
Did you roll any more 6s or just the 1?
No, just 1 6.
So each one of these numbers and shields, each one of these has a number, and then there's a button. One button under each of them.
Correct.
One button under each of them. You guys want to press a button? See what
Nope.
happens?
Not yet.
Can I ask
Nope.
Not at all.
I want to press.
Not at all. I know you do.
can I
There's a lot of buttons in this room, buddy. A lot of
Let me
buttons.
just leave the body before you do this.
can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I have to roll?
Oh, you mean a yes or no question?
like
Yeah,
a
you have
DM thing?
to roll, but also you don't. What are you asking about?
Thrusters.
Thrusters. You cannot ask me a question on this because it's not a part of your expertise. If it's a general question about something on the panel, you wouldn't really be able to understand it. You can ask me a question without going through this process about what you see and such. But as a wizard and sorcerer, this is just so foreign to you.
Can we trace the lines from where like shields is? Is there like a way to trace where the shield is going to?
You don't see a way to trace that. You do see there are those tubes going from those control panels into the crystal core, but you can't find a way that they interact. You'd have to
Control panels to the crystal core.
You see tubes going from the control panels.
Yes. Okay.
And then from the crystal core, other tubes are going out.
Yeah, 5 go out
into the different sections,
Mhm.
different hallways. All right. We haven't even thought about this because we were floating and we were in a giant robot suit. How is the gravity here? Does it seem normal?
So it's weird because you're feeling the body. Damien can currently only feel the gravity, and for you it might feel kind of normal because if the gravity was lighter and you're very heavy.
Is there a small object around we could toss up in the air?
There is no small objects around. Not in this room.
Was in the other room.
Let's go to the other room and let's do a gravity test.
Well, I mean, we could tell that there's some gravity in here because the stuff wasn't like floating around. You know that already.
Yes, and he's walking, so there is some sort of gravity.
All right. All right. Yeah.
Any other panels besides this panel?
Let's
There are
Flip
3
around.
panels there. One panel is for the those controls. The second panel was the power allocation.
Okay.
And you're asking about the third panel, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the third panel you see is very interesting. And there are 3 crystals in this panel. And how it works is you see that there are 2 crystals like here and here aiming into like a tube, but this is all encased. Okay, but you do have like a dial almost of the crystal that you could touch. And the tube goes down and goes over, and then there's one final crystal that is pointing into that tube. Or you could see that the dials, you could aim all of the crystals directly down into some sort of receiver. So the crystals could aim these 2 touching each other, and this one touching into that trail, that path that it takes, or they can face downward into the console.
Kind of like that kind of thing?
Yes.
Okay.
You got it. Take 5 experience points.
Oh, sweet.
All right. And can we tell what that receiver thing is? There's any labels or indicators?
There's not any labels here,
All
unfortunately.
right. Do the crystal things, do they look similar to the crystals that we jumped into?
No, they look different. They look like your guess is that they're not soul crystals. There's some sort of crystal perhaps found out here in the stellar. It's new to you.
Have I ever seen them?
So you've done a lot of research, your character, on crystals. You can say definitively that these are not the ordinary soul crystals that you guys have discovered from current day past.
And it's one knob, right?
No, each one has a knob. Wherever each crystal is can be turned, and you're actually turning that crystal. By the way, you're actually physically
moving,
turning it, and if anything else happens, you're not aware because you haven't touched it.
Oh, so the 2 crystals combine into the one. They're combining into one line, and that beam's going down, right?
Correct.
And then they're meeting. All the beams are meeting.
Yes.
All right.
And it's the central meeting point, or the capturing at the bottom.
It's exactly like
all,
you drew it, but
going down, or
also there's a collector,
all
like
going down
somewhere-
are connected.
Yeah, like below
Yeah.
that, you could accept because all of them could be turned downward.
Yeah.
To run into some sort of like large collector.
Can you show that again? Can you show what you drew? Okay.
Yep, you got it.
All right.
Is there a way to make the other two, make the one in the middle connect just to the one on the left? Like, you guys want to experiment with turning the one that's by itself? See what happens.
What if we turn them to all join at the same point?
Oh, like a central meeting point.
I think we
let's do
should
that.
look upstairs first. I think we should go upstairs first and let's see what's on that next level, and then come back down and start touching buttons and stuff.
You want to hold?
Anybody else?
Sure, we can explore more.
Thoughts?
Come back to this.
So we have one of the fans helping out.
Oh.
They want to know any meter needles not buried in a red range would be referable. Also, you don't see anything that tells you if anything is a danger, or is it a norm, or is it extra. You don't have anything that tells you that. If any of the fans backstage and the fans watching the show, if anyone has an idea, put it in, and I'll put it up. Chuck is saying you need to engage thrusters.
Yeah,
That's what I think too.
I agree.
Okay.
But
We need to figure out which side of the ship the thrusters
Is
are
it
on.
like a pull power thing from one thing and then give 1 point somewhere else?
Probably, yeah, probably some sort of power distribution balance we got to do, but we want to make sure that we,
Yeah, what
hit the
systems
right
can we
button.
afford to take a point from or something?
Right.
That's why I'm
Right.
curious about what containment is. What's containment?
We got to learn. We got to figure it
Let's
out.
learn what that is. Let's learn what containment is.
Any
Containing
idea?
the crystals, obviously.
Yeah,
The crystal chamber is its own thing.
Now the question's asked, Tony, do I have any
Crystal
insight
chamber.
into what containment
Like-
might mean?
You don't know what the containment is. Brooke Armstrong wants to know how far away does the meter stay now?
Ooh, yeah.
You check the meter out and you see that it's down to 85.
All right, we got to fix this quick. If you want to go up, go up.
Let's go up. I'm gonna go up the. Yes, we know.
Let's go. Let's explore.
I'm gonna climb up the ladder.
When he says the buttons probably relocate a power point to that system, but to add one, a power point will be removed from one of the others. Okay, so you guys travel up the ladder,
Yeah.
and you go up there. And when you get there, you see there seems to be kind of like a horseshoe. Like you're standing there, there's a window out, and then there's a way to walk. Sorry, do it smaller. Because it goes like this, it goes forward. And you see there's like two airlocks. And one of the airlocks seems to have a ship attached to it. The other one seems to be open.
Intrigue.
Is he
Open?
open?
What do you mean open?
Not sorry, not.
Oh, you mean open free? Like as in free,
You're
not.
getting a lot closer to it all of a sudden. You don't know why.
Yes, you're moving, but you're happy.
What are
It's
you
where
saying the
wanted to go.
door is open? Somebody left the back door open?
It is closed. It is locked. It is free for a ship
Available.
or something to attach.
And there's a ship attached to one airlock.
Does that look familiar, that ship at all? You
can't-
ever seen it before? Can't see it?
You see a little to the side, but you can't see much.
Is that airlock door closed or open?
Both are closed. Both are locked.
Okay.
And that's it up here, right? Just those two ways, basically?
That's it.
Is there any communication device to talk to the ship that's docked? On
No.
this in this room? No. Okay. All right, let's go to the next spot.
Alright.
It's back down, right?
Right? Is there any other way except back down from where we are? I look around this room.
There's nothing else of interest in this room. Awesome Possum wants to know, is Twitch the best way to watch the show? You can watch it on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook. Right now, those are probably the best ways to watch it. I think they're all pretty good. Doesn't really matter.
So I'll go back down the ladder.
Okay, you walk back down the ladder. You're back into the control room.
Alright. I guess let's if you want to just start trying stuff, we could. Of course, that's going to be really dangerous.
Are there any
but,
other places to explore on the ship that we didn't?
Yeah, there's 5 different hallways down here that can
Yeah,
lead to
let's-
different stuff.
Let's go look.
Want to go down there? All right.
Yeah. Can you move this
Let's go.
body quick?
All right, I run.
So once you get down, you look around, you see that all the doors to all those hallways are shut.
Okay,
Oh,
they
they,
locked. I try to open one.
How?
I go over to the door and look for a door handle. Or door
There's
knob.
no handle. The door shuts into the walls. There's physically no way. There
Oh.
is a hatch you can see through. That's it.
Okay. Any sort of control panels nearby?
No.
Okay.
Can you look through the hatch, see if you see anything on the other side?
I look through the hatch.
Look through the hatch. You see a hallway that leads to another door that looks very similar.
Okay. I look through the next door hatch.
They all look exactly the same.
Okay.
All right.
There must be a control in here someplace to open them.
Oh, yeah. All right. Just
Richard
We
Wallace
wanna-
says, search the walls for any compartments. And Oni says, is there a place with a diagram of what it's supposed to look like?
all right. Yeah, if you
All
want to
right.
search-
Yeah. I want to look for compartments. Maybe we'll find some sort
Okay. You're the one that's actually looking, so you're going to roll the investigation check.
Okay. Where's the investigation?
Under intelligence.
Okay. We're good. Okay.
big money.
There we go. Yes. 1-6.
Okay, so you search the room, and by the crystal core, which you guys have not gone over there yet, you see on the wall there is a diagram of the entire place that you're in, and in fact, it does look like a space station.
All right.
Cool. Excellent.
I'm gonna put it up right now.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So this is what you see.
Awesome.
Oh wow.
Okay, so there was a ship, and then there was us, and another room, and all that stuff. All right.
All right. So this seems to be the main floor, and we went up and we went down
Yep.
that central ladder.
Yep.
All
All right. So,
Is anything labeled on there?
It's labeled exactly how it is here. It's just numbered.
That's it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right.
Does it actually look like this too? Is this like designed to look like? Is that in the middle there? There's that the 3 little things where the 3 control panels are. Is that an actual thing?
Yeah.
So what is that? What is that thing where the little Y thing at the bottom in the middle?
The Y thing. Oh, that's the crystal core.
That's the crystal core.
Yeah.
Okay. And
And the 3 panels we talked about are above. You see those, and then you see the wheel.
okay. So the crystal core, it actually looks like that. There's like the one central, and then there's the 3 crystals.
Yes.
All right.
Does that mirror the crystals? Is it the way the crystal like a panel is? Is that?
It's
there any
not
rela-
clear to you if that's the case.
All right. Well, how about on the panel where you adjust the crystals? Right, 2 of them are touching each other. One's going straight down. Do we see any difference between one of the 3 support crystals and the other 2? Or looking at the crystal core.
No difference that you can tell.
All right.
Want to try one of these guys?
Yeah, I think. Right, Dan. That's what you said you wanted to do, right?
Yeah.
so you wanna try to tune those crystals? Is that what you're gonna do?
Tune them up.
Okay. So, Damien, do you walk over there? You still have control?
All right. Yep. I'll walk over there.
Okay. So you walk over there to that area. You see the 3 dials there that are attached directly to these crystals. What would you like to do?
Do you guys want me to manipulate this, or does somebody else want to try?
Yeah, go
to
for it,
do
man.
this?
You're doing a good job.
Anybody else?
Yeah, you can do it.
All right.
If it breaks, I'll take over and try and fix it. All right.
Oh, great. Okay.
I thought that would be helpful. I'm sorry.
So which way would you like me to try to tune these? I'm all facing down?
No,
No, all like meeting, like exactly like I
Okay.
drew it, like that.
Okay. All converging.
Okay, so the first two
I-
converge immediately, and then the third one converges after that one
Okay.
travels a bit. So you're going to turn them all to each other. Okay, as you begin to turn them, you notice them immediately start changing color, and apparently they move in very small increments. So small that it's still facing it in a specific direction, but as you're changing it, you could face it down and have it face, and while it's facing that direction, it could be any of the three colors, red, yellow, or blue. It could also face down the path as red, yellow, and blue as well. So you can make any of the crystals red, yellow, or blue and have them face down or into the power tubes.
Right. And then when he's turning them, do me a favor, turn it and then go turn your head and look back at the crystal. I want to see if those things are changing when you move. When you move this. Crystal core is behind us, so we can't see both at the same time.
Okay. So you wanted to turn and look at the same time?
No, I just want I want to see if these things are changing as you change.
Okay. All right. I do.
Okay, you do see that there is a small variance in the light of the crystals, but it's more just like the crystal changes its pattern a bit.
All right. Well,
Okay.
it's doing something, but like I don't know. Does anyone have any idea what it's doing?
So,
Does anyone know what the three different colors mean?
so each crystal can be red, yellow, or blue and emit a red, yellow, or blue beam.
Correct.
All right. So, and we get to pick what color it is, or is it only by the turn?
Well, by turning it, you're choosing it.
Okay.
Right. It's basically for each
What colors
position
are-
it moves, you get 3 notches in that position before it moves
Yeah.
to the next.
What color
right?
is it? Right. What color are they right now?
Oh, he's messed with them right now, so it's whatever combination.
Is there a way to
want.
remember what it was before we moved it?
They weren't lit.
Oh, they weren't lit.
They weren't
Now it's
lit.
lit.
It kind of activated or reactivated when you touched it.
Okay.
How about this? What if we take one crystal, we make it like red crystal, red beam, yellow crystal, yellow beam, blue crystal, blue beam, and then we point them all toward each other.
What if we need like another color? What if we have to like
Alright.
do color things?
Well,
We are doing a color thing.
Let's do one of each. Let's do the one of each. Let's do the Dan method.
all right. One other thing, Radar. While you're playing around with those things, can you just take a look over at the numbers underneath the switches and see if they've changed or if there's more numbers to play with or anything?
Okay. Wait, the countdown number or the?
No,
the-
no.
Oh, you mean the
Countdown
power number? The power?
Yeah, the countdown
Power
number I
numbers?
don't think will change until we change it.
Right. Okay, the power numbers.
Yeah, underneath the different systems.
So I remember before what they were. It was 2, 3, 1, 4. Any change on those?
They're all the same.
All right. Yeah. So, I guess do this, see if anything happens, and then let's activate the thrusters and see if we can pull ourselves up.
That panel isn't color coded, right? They're like shields, spark. Like they're not like colors for each of those. They're not corresponding, right?
No.
Okay.
And there were 6 of them, and there's only 5 segments on the map. Correct?
No, there's 7 of them.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 7. Oni says, realign the flow of crystals in the core, recognize the power supply so as power to the thrusters, then use the well to fix your orbit, or the
They
wheel.
need to wheel. Yeah.
Your wheel. Chuck Earl says, you might be in the 60s now. The
Yeah, well-
1960s, no.
Hey,
Oh man.
And falling.
Yeah. I feel like we don't have a lot of time. And once we get sub 50,
Alright.
we're going to be in trouble. So,
I will let you know that if you on day 1, episode 1, if you reach 0, you crash, you die.
What color is the the crystal chamber right now?
The crystal core
The
behind
crystal core. Yeah, the crystal core.
you. It rotates through different colors, so it's kind of like a rainbow. It's always doing something else.
All right. So have I? let me adjust the crystals how you guys want them right now. And
Yeah,
Get
give me a
going,
give me a
so-
determined where
Yeah.
where you're pointing them and how you're doing it.
how do you want them?
Red, yellow, blue, right then, and then all
Right.
pointed together.
Yeah, let's try that.
So left,
All right.
red, center, yellow,
Sure.
right, blue, or wherever. I don't know if they're left or right or up and down.
So the first one is red, the second one is yellow, and the third one's blue.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then they're all combining up.
Oh, you haven't combined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, right? That's what
Yep.
we said.
Unless this is like where the energy's coming from, and we're actually they're not supposed to be combined at all, and they're just supposed to be flowing down to like get energy.
Okay,
So
you
we'll find out.
You make that change, and you hear some movement on the space station, and it looks like one of the hallways. You notice that it's actually two of the hallways, two doors have opened, but not the doors that you have access to. It's the secondary doors.
Oh, all right. Man. Let's take a quick look at the altitude, and then if we have time, look down the door hallways.
Sure.
We got altitude.
you're-
wise.
So that number is at 73.
All right.
73.
All right.
Plenty of
I got plenty of time.
Radar, it's up to you. I feel like you got the best sense of when we're at doomsday here.
Yeah, soon. We gotta get this going.
The thrusters don't have any
going.
clear combination of colors or anything next to them. All those buttons just are push the button or don't.
All right. I say let's turn the thrusters on and see if we can move.
On the power, by the power panel you talking about?
Is there any other place to turn the thrusters on?
No, I'm not sure.
I haven't found it. Yeah, the power panel. Yeah.
All right, I go over there. I'm gonna go over there and press that button under thrust.
Okay, you press the thrusters button, and it lights up, but nothing happens yet.
It lights up.
What color does it light up?
Kind of like a like the exact yellow right behind me here,
Nice.
Okay.
the sunrise color.
Does it still say 0?
We're gonna call that the activation color because that seems to be like the control panel color.
Does it still say 0 on the under
Correct.
thrusters? Okay.
All right. So it's just thrusters, number, button. Nothing else. No dials. No panels. Right.
I think I'm gonna hit it again. The button. Just see what happens.
Ooh.
I hit it again.
Second press. Okay.
And a aristocrat.
I hit it again. What
Big
happens?
spender. You press it again and it unlights.
Oh.
All right. So that press it again. See if we can.
Okay.
Again.
2 more times.
Oh, I strenuously object.
Okay.
In that case, I reconsider. No, but yeah, let's turn it on, and then let's figure out how to turn it on. Right.
Now you're just button mashing.
Okay, so you press it one more time.
So that it's lit up. We want it.
Okay, it lights up.
The light on. Okay.
It is registering as 0. It is lit.
Okay.
Do we notice any change in the color of the crystals or anything? Or
I'm thinking
No.
we either have to hit a different button to move power, or
Yeah.
do something with the crystals now. To
So try.
what do you want to? What
Wait.
do you want to do?
do you want to pull one from support nodes? Because we're on machine right now. Maybe we could do that.
Well, what's got the most?
Crystal chamber has 4.
What's with that?
We don't need
Gravity has 1. Containment has 3, and support nodes have 2.
Let's take one from support nodes. We're a robot. We don't need support right now.
Yeah,
Let's
but
just get rid of
You
one.
don't even know what support nodes are, bro.
and our bodies
I
are somewhere on here. I take containment down from 3 to 2.
Sure, that's true. Let's do that. Let's just do
That's
that.
what I would try, even
No.
though it's scary. But I don't know. Containment. I mean, they all sound incredibly important. Gotta
They
say.
Do you know how to do that?
No, I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna hit the button under containment.
Okay.
Here we go.
What happens? Anything?
So 1 point from containment decreases, and the thruster goes up by 1.
All right. Okay.
You do hear a sound somewhere in the station, like.
Okay.
Oh
now-
boy. All right.
Are the thrusters taking us the right way?
I'm gonna go over to the wheel.
Let's look at the numbers. Is it going faster or slower? Is it stop to go reverse?
You feel that there is no movement at all in the space station.
See if you can
Need to
I
activate
don't know, turn the wheel away from the planet. I don't know how.
No, but
that
we need
works.
to We need to activate the thrusters. We need to like turn them on.
You remembered that as a pilot, that the center console is all about flying the ship.
the center console.
Pressing the specifications you need, then you could actually go over to the wheel in front of it, and you could actually move the ship
Okay. Okay.
or station.
So I'm wait. So am I thinking that the control for the thruster would be in the center panel or near where the wheel is?
Center panel.
Okay. All right. So I go over there and I look for something that might control the thrusters.
You see there is a button to like activate the thrusters.
Oh, great. All right. I wish I had a better view of what's going on here. Are there any? Is there any screens in this
We're
room? Is there anything
Radar,
going
we're
on?
crashing into the planet.
I know, but I all right, fine. I hit the button. I turn the thrusters on.
Stop crashing.
Fine. I turn the thrusters on.
Okay.
And I go to the wheel.
You're gonna roll a d6, one d6 for one thruster, and you're going to look for a 6. If you do not get a 6, it's going to fail.
All right, here we go. No 6.
Okay, so you try to get him on, it is unsuccessful. The system, because you failed, you see that the lights and all those 7 things go dim. The system goes down for a bit.
Uh-oh.
Oh, that's not. What happened?
On the power.
On the
power
power
thing?
allocation panel.
Right. Okay. All
Is there
right.
still a warning
I guess
thrusters?
there's like a cooldown or something.
You don't
A reset.
We'll say right now you don't see any of the numbers.
Oh no.
Yeah,
So it's Gro's fault.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
All right, we gotta figure this out.
While we're stuck here, not being able to do anything, look through the panels of those doors that opened. See if we can see what's behind them.
Do we still have gravity?
Remember?
Okay, so you look.
Yeah.
You're saying you look through the doors where the second door behind it is open,
Right,
and you can see
right.
that doors are open, and you don't see much. It does go into a larger area. It goes into one of the pylons. One of them you see it. Tom, your character Miles can see that it actually goes to some sort of like a workshop area.
Oh,
The other one you can't tell.
all right. Well, I wouldn't mind getting back there eventually. All right. When the panels, our system's power panel went out, the other lights, like we could still see in here, right? They're still like,
Nothing else changed.
right. All right.
Tom, this is something like power allocation is something that's in your wheelhouse when you're working with engineering and such.
Okay.
Your guess on this, without even making you roll, is that we attempted to allocate the power. The power surged in a direction to allocate. It was unsuccessful, so it kind of reverses
Right.
and then shorts out the system for a little bit.
Right, just gotta reboot itself almost, kind of.
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to try and make a guess here about. We allocated 1 power to thrusters. How many? Like, what is the necessary amount of power that we need to get to thrusters for it to work smoothly? Like, how many thrusters would this station need? Looking at the schematics.
That's a good
That's what I'm
question.
trying to figure out.
Okay, so what do you want to do to figure that out?
I want to see if I can make a a knowledge check about how with my knowledge of building ships.
Okay, roll knowledge. I'll allow you to add machines in there, and
Okay.
every 6, ask me a yes or no.
All right. 1, 2 6s. All right.
Okay, shoot.
All right. First, yes or no question. Is there a minimum number of that we have to allocate power-wise to the thrusters for the thrusters to work?
No, there's not.
All right.
Well, I get you one.
Right, one didn't
There's
work.
not really, but one.
Okay, yes. Yeah. All right. And then my second question would be, does the more power we allocate to thrusters activate more thrusters able to be used?
No.
Okay. All right. All right, so yeah, I don't think it was so I kind of related to them. I think it was just like they haven't been used in a while or something like that. We need to kind of prime the pump. So hopefully we don't, it's not like a question of like we didn't allocate enough or anything like that. We just need to kind of try it again and hope it works this time.
All right.
Are ships starting normally this unreliable?
Only 2 spaceships you know that have been started are the ones pretty much spearheaded by Sparky and by Liv Mora.
Yeah, I'm asking Radar like for his opinion.
Yeah. I don't know. Hard to say, man.
Well, it seems like the only other variable that we've run into so far are those crystal dials. Do you think we'd have to change them again?
Yeah, well, we could try.
Did we even get them to where we wanted them to be? I don't think we even got that far.
I don't know if we know where we
Yeah, I thought we did. We turned them together.
We did. We made them all the right colors. We did that.
Yeah, and that opened the 2 doors.
2 secondary doors, yeah.
Right.
Richard wants to know, is there an AI in the station? Unknown.
So while we're waiting, why don't we look down at what Aegis is? We know he's a crystal born. He's a suit of some kind. Does he have any kind of technology on him? Anything on here that can kind of interface with anything? Like, let's look around and see what he's got.
So you believe you're the person who's actually trained with suits. Mm-hmm. So you can tell right away that his body has been altered and that he had all sorts of tools all over him that he would use for various situations. You, in fact, believe that he was probably made as either a sort of a failsafe or a custodian to be able to go around and to have some sort of effect on any system that is malfunctioning in the entire station. But that's not what you find here. It looks like that he modified himself, either removed those tools or just changed his outer coverings and his parts and such.
All right, I'm gonna I relay that to them, and I'm gonna make a supposition here. I don't know, but I wonder if whatever was wrong here was such that he felt he couldn't fix it, and perhaps, however, we were. I have memory of the fact that we were like energy globes or whatever, right?
Yeah, you all remember that state.
Yeah, perhaps when whatever happened to us, that took us out of our bodies and put us into like these kind of energy forms. He changed himself. He realized that he couldn't fix it, but we could. And he had to kind of manipulate himself to allow us to gain access to his body. I don't know that for certain, but it did look like he had the crystals that we went into were not part of his original structure. I remember seeing that and looking like that was kind of after the fact engineering, if you will. But why? And I remember he said something about his father. Anyone have any idea what that is?
He said, "Find father."
Yeah,
Well, find father, fix a hole.
Fix the home.
Fix home, make worlds smaller.
Right. Well,
I think we've
Well,
cracked the
this
code
is
on
home?
make worlds smaller. I think we
Well-
need to activate the thrusters and start going farther away from the planet. But fix home, find father.
Is father the guy who created the suit that he's in? Is his home the station? Is this his home? Has he always lived here?
Yeah, perhaps.
Could be. Could be.
Where's the guy whose ship this is?
So Sparky is the person who led the expedition. This is his ship. Richard Balls is suggesting Sparky could be the father.
So where is Sparky right now?
Last time I saw him,
He might be someplace here, maybe.
Could be like we are.
Where are our bodies? Where is I don't know if my character would know what cryo is. Where's cryo?
I don't know if you'd use that word.
Yeah, anyway. The fantasy.
You could say stasis.
Where's stasis? Where's the stasis chambers?
Yes.
Can we go look back at the map of the station?
Sure.
All right.
Maybe we are in the containment.
Maybe containment's us. I'm guessing it's down in 3.
How about 5? There's like a bunch of beds in 5.
Could be 5 too. Right? Yeah. All right, Tony. Which doors are open now?
The doors to the pylon 3 and pylon 1. The doors that are directly into the pylon. The secondary door from you.
Right. I know we can't get out of this room through those doors. Right. And which one is the engineering one? Or the workshop one? Is that 1 or 3?
The one that's directly down.
3. Okay.
3. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's so maybe it's 5 then. Right. Is where we all are.
Okay.
But Sparky was really old the last time we saw him, right?
Yeah, he's up to. I mean, for a gnome, he's not old, but he's been around for a while.
Okay, I was wondering, it was more along the lines of we don't know how long we've been asleep. Is there a reasonable?
You don't know how you don't know how long he's been asleep. You don't. I mean, if you've been asleep for centuries or thousands of years, then yeah, he's gone.
But
that could be the case.
Has any of the lights on the control panels reset power-wise? Numbers come up and anything?
Oh, the numbers have returned, yes.
Okay. All right. You got to give us another shot.
Yeah. Did it go back to a default, or did it come back to how we left it?
It's how you left it.
All right.
How we left it. So should we try to move power around again? Should we try to make the thrust number higher or no?
I don't think it's necessary.
No?
Yeah. I mean,
right.
You can if you want the thrusters to be more powerful. I think that's more what it does.
I kind of feel like we should put it up.
Where do you want to take a point from?
I don't know, crystal chamber?
Okay. No? Yeah. He's got the most, right?
Yeah. He's got 4.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Alright, I'm gonna hit I'm gonna hit thrust first, do the same way I did last time, and then hit crystal chamber.
Okay. Are you doing this multiple times or just taking 1 point?
1 point.
Okay. So containment is 0 still. Thruster now goes to 2. Crystal chamber now goes down to 3.
The containment 0?
Containment should be 2, no?
Yeah. Yeah, we went from 3 to 2, yeah.
Yes, sorry.
So I'm showing
I want to contain whatever
support nodes at 2, containment at 2, crystal at chamber at 3, gravity at 1, thrust at 2.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay. Alright, I go to the center console. I'm gonna hit the thrust button, guys. Here we go.
Big money, no whammy. Let's
go.
Try
it again. Okay. Here we go.
That's a 1.
Yep. No good.
Everything powers down.
Negative. Didn't go in.
Just reflected off the server.
Glanced off. Yeah, sorry. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. What else? The rainbow light crystals, those are still on and running, right?
Yes.
Why don't we play around with that bubble, right? And see if we get over to any of these doors on our side.
You
Yeah, maybe
Can
we should.
see what happens if we make them all different colors, but face them all down and not into each other. Like
What
all
about
three
making
face
some
down.
different-
You know what I mean?
What about making different colors? We got the primary colors there. We could do like, you can get green, you can get orange, you can get like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I want to see what happens if we don't. If we
you
don't point them
combine,
together,
right?
We just have them separate, pointed down. Just pointed down separately.
you did that
individually.
first.
See what happens.
Remember? Yeah. That
Start
works.
I was
there.
thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking also we might want to just change one variable and see what effect that has.
That's why I think starting with the 3 down, seeing what that does, because that's kind of like a default to me. All different colors facing down, no connections. Then we can start building branches from there.
Okay.
all right,
Yep.
all right. So I'll set it up like that.
All 3 facing down.
Okay, all
Red,
three
yellow,
faces
and blue facing down.
Okay, so red, yellow, and blue facing down. All the doors open.
Oh, yeah,
All of the secondary doors are open as well.
Oh,
Sick.
And
Nice.
you
Beautiful.
do hear in the distance at least 2 of the pylons have turned on.
Look at this guy.
What are the
Okay.
pylons?
Pylons are the outer areas.
Want to head to 5?
see if our bodies are there.
Sure.
Oh, I think we should keep working on the thrust thing, no, and
Yeah, well,
engines and the,
yeah.
We can
uh,
find
uh,
Sparky. Sparky's in stasis.
all right, let's give this one more try on the thrusters, and then if
Fine.
we
give
can't get it to work,
One more point,
we'll-
just to give another thing.
has the power come back yet?
The thruster, yeah, it has come back. So now,
Okay.
what are you using the thrusters as they are, or are you taking more points?
What do you guys think? We should try to get another point in there.
One more. I say one more.
Take it from what? Support nodes, crystal chamber, or containment,
Containment.
Gravity can
I
be fun.
agree.
or maybe gravity. Maybe we should do gravity.
No, I want
That would
my
be
body when we get back into it to work.
So you're taking an appointment for containment, or a different one?
I say containment.
I do too.
Oh boy! All right.
It still's got 1 point in it.
Jeez.
Uh huh. Okay.
Whatever it is, it's
Containment it is.
Slightly contained.
Why?
Okay.
Okay. You lower contain down to 1. Thrusters is now up to 3.
Okay.
There we go. This is
Here
it.
we go. Going to hit that
Now
button. Center console. Thruster button.
We've warmed up the wires.
Here we go. Nope.
Oh, come on now.
Whoa.
Now wait. Don't I get a I think I should get something here because isn't this gnomish technology that I'm using?
It is
It
gnomish
is.
technology.
So can I add? I should be able to add my luck die.
Sure, go ahead, go for it.
Yeah.
Damien discovering he has a character sheet.
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. 6.
Ha!
Yeah, all right.
So the thrusters
Huzzah.
go on, and the station starts to move. You have no idea if it's the right direction, though.
Okay. I go to the
Remember going
wheel.
faster or slower?
I go to the wheel, and what do I see at the wheel?
On the wheel, there seems to be some sort of a compass, and the compass does have a little symbol for the planet. That's very obvious.
Okay.
Put that under us. Go the other
I-
way.
Yeah. I'm gonna
Check-
look
check
at that, and I'm gonna adjust the wheel accordingly.
Okay,
Let's check the
You-
numbers.
you-
Yeah, the distance numbers also.
you turn this. You spin the wheel, and you adjust it, and you turn this. You turn what feels to be like at least about 90 degrees and about 45 degrees up,
Oh.
and the station kind of shakes. We're now
I
going
look
to
at the
roll a
numbers.
station explode check. This is
Oh,
where
good.
everyone
What's
rolls a
fun?
die, and if everyone
I
rolls a
love
1, the quest ends right at the second.
Oh,
Anyone rolls a 1?
No.
All of us
If
roll a
everyone
1.
rolls a 1.
Can I just get my one out of the way?
Sure.
Oh man, I don't like it.
Okay, you can roll a 1, so you don't have to roll anymore.
I
I
did
did
not
not
roll.
roll. I rolled a 3.
Okay.
I'm good.
I rolled a 3.
We just want to really make sure it doesn't explode.
Right.
No.
So you do it. The station stays together. You're pulling away. The planet is directly under and behind you, and
Do we see
Everything
those
seems
numbers?
okay.
Those
Yeah.
the numbers. You wait for a tick, and you see it holding at a number at about 65.3, we'll say, and it's kind of holding there. And all of a sudden, as the sweat bead comes down, it goes 0.6,
Oh yes.
and it starts going up.
all right.
Everyone can take 25 experience points.
All right.
Awesome.
You got that sooner than I thought you would.
Wasn't easy.
It was still it was still like nerve wracking.
You know, I'm thinking containment might be like the hull is breached.
I'm sure it's important. Whatever it
I'm
is.
sure that. No, why is that?
Sure it's important.
Well, I
once
think
you get
support modes are probably our bodies. That's what I'm thinking.
I originally, I thought it
Support
was.
nodes.
I thought it was like the.
I think it's all.
sections.
I don't think it has anything to do with us. I think it's all ship parts, not us. You know. I don't think-
Well, yeah, the part of the ship that's keeping our bodies alive is what I'm saying.
could be. Could be. That could be containment too, though. Like
be.
it could be. Like, you don't
could
really
we
know.
pull the points out of 2 points out of thrusters and put them somewhere else? Thrusters
I don't want to
have
do anything just yet with that until we
until-
get the orbit really stabilized because we need.
All right.
Yes.
All right,
wanna-
can you?
I don't want to change that just yet.
Can you?
Chuck Earl suggests, let's go through the fans right now. Chuck suggests think about the weapons. This is from before. Power to the thrusters might increase your dice chance. He's correct, as you've seen. Make all 3 yellow and down for the crystals, suggesting. Richard asked to check the thrusters are on, which they are. You got through that. Andrew's ready for a reroll if you need it for a luck roll.
Okay, I was getting close, Andrew.
Chuck suggests that you should get that containment back to 3. He's concerned about that. And you got
Yeah.
a Patreon reroll from a Facebook user. We can't see who you are. You have to allow access to StreamYard, but thank you for the Patreon reroll.
Thank you.
And let's see. Put it back into the original orbit, he says. Richard says, Andrew, they're going to be careful not to get too far from Andaria, too. That's also a problem.
Yeah.
And reroll to Tom from Richard.
Thank you. I think. I was gonna say that anyway, but yeah. Radar, if you can try and match what we're supposed to be at. I know we're like really far away, right? The target's like 400 plus. And it has that readout. One of the readouts on that panel with the altitude, for lack of a better term, it was like the orbit. Like almost like what the orbit.
You can treat it
pattern
just
would be.
as distance. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Right.
So like, you think you can get us
All right.
back into like the proper?
Yeah, as long as we have enough fuel and the engines keep running and everything.
Well, that's really.
Patreon reroll to Phil from Andrew.
There you go.
Ooh. Thank you, Andrew.
That's a luck roll, Phil.
Sweet.
Right. So now I'm answering because all we could do is, sit here with you while you're steering the thing. You can't really do anything else.
I should be able to set the wheel, right? Can I like sort of lock the wheel into place?
You can lock the wheel, yes.
Awesome. I do that.
All right. How quickly are we moving?
Where
Right.
you can feel the inertia, for sure, but it's not crazy.
I meant more like, 10 seconds pass. How much has our distance changed? So, like, he can lock the wheel, but if we leave, like, how long is
I
it
would
gonna be?
say about in a minute, we'll put it as every 10 seconds is a 0.1.
Okay. So, all right.
So 0.6 in a minute.
Okay. So if you want to go take a look for our
station.
bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Elmsgrove, take
Where are we
a
heading? What
5.
number?
5, I think.
I look on the wall map to see where 5 is.
Okay, you see that 5 is on the map. It's up and to the left, and that's
Okay, I
the
go-
habit. Apparently, it looks to be some sort of habitat ring or habitat pylon, rather. You guys make your way up there. I'll show you the map really quick just to give you a reminder of what you're seeing. You're going into number 5, which is on the top left of the screen. You see that the both doors are open. You walk into that area. There's a door that leads forward to the end. To the left seems to be some sort of medical area. And to the right, there is a door with a hatch, of course, where you can see through it. And inside the hatch, you see that there immediately, I'm assuming you guys are walking into the area. Well, the one of you is walking to the area. I constantly keep picturing you guys out of your bodies, like all individually, and then I go, no.
It's just
one person.
Just one.
So you walk over there. You immediately turn over, and you see that there are numerous amount of people standing up.
Oh wow!
Just kind of standing there.
Are they conscious?
They're just kind of standing there. They're not really. None of them are facing you. They're all facing other directions.
Huh? That's creepy. Are we getting creepy vibes with this?
You're just getting a vibe that people are staying there, not looking at you.
Any of the body types look like an incredibly handsome dwarf?
Good question.
It's kind of dim in there. The lights are actually on there. This area is actually powered, but you see only like small lantern lights in different spots. So they're just standing in this dim, like firelight kind of like illumination scale, and they're just doing nothing.
Oh, good. All right.
Can we leave this crystal that we're in currently if we will it so?
You would have to try that.
I want to try that.
Oh no! Yeah. Okay.
You try to leave, and you feel that you cannot.
Okay. We cannot leave,
Yeah.
guys.
Chaz Palminteri locks the door.
Now you can leave.
Now you can't leave.
All right. Okay. What's next?
3.
Sure.
Yeah, what is next?
Check out all the pylons. Let's go to each one.
Get the lights brighter in here if you want to.
Okay, so you leave 5 area, and you walk down to 3. 3 is the bottom one, and 3 is the one that I mentioned before to Tom that he sees all these work areas. Each one of those long areas are tables, like benches, and there's parts for all different kinds of suits in here. And you can see that it looks like suits have been changed from the vibro suits that Nomatrol and Gnomish Technologies used in the past to turn them into what apparently by schematics is now being called stellar suits.
Cool.
There's a storage area on one side, and you can see, which you didn't notice in the other room, but you do see here, all the way in the corner, on the right side here, it would be on your left walking in, but on our view, it's on the right. You see there's some sort of crystal node, and you can actually trace that line that the liquid in the tube is running back to the crystal core.
Cool.
All right. Does that node look like it powers like tools in here, or the suits, or unknown?
You personally would guess it actually powers the entire area.
Okay. All right. We didn't notice that in the other in 5.
You didn't see a node from where you were.
All right.
So it's either located somewhere you couldn't see it, or maybe it doesn't exist. You're not sure, but it was powered, so you assume that it does exist there.
We can't use the map to find them.
Yes, on the map you would see the nodes. If there any nodes that exist, you would see them on the map.
Okay.
We just didn't see the node when we were in 5.
You
All
personally didn't see the node.
Right.
What if I did see it? What if I see it on the map? Can I
Then
say-
great, you see it on the map.
Okay. No, I'm not sure what I can share and what I can't share.
You're all one person, so you can share anything you want.
All right, yeah, there's a node in 5, 1, 2, and 4. There's nodes.
There's not nodes in all of them? I thought there were in all of them.
5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, and 4, and this room, 3.
Just 3, right? Yeah. So that's all of them, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what's powering. That's what's powering the different areas, and my first instinct was the like that one dial about the nodes, right? Up in the control room.
Mhm.
That's this, right? That was my instinct. You want to take that down because that's what powers these sections.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So that I think that's more than anything else what's keeping those bodies warm and alive.
I see.
All right. So that's the support nodes.
I believe so. I believe so. I don't know for certain, but yeah. I mean, I don't. Oh, you know what? This might be a place to look for it. Look around to see if there's any kind of schematics book or operating manual in here.
You like recall.
All right.
Okay, you search around the area here. You do happen to see a book that looks like it belongs to Sparky, and you find it on one of the tables. Tom, you can take 25, and in it you find a map. And it's interesting. I'm going to show it to you now.
Ooh.
Oh wow! Here you go. Look at this. I'm guessing this is the like this might be the color coded for turning things on and off. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there's other colors.
Yeah, if you notice, we left the colors blue, red, and yellow, and all the doors that opened, the 5 interior doors and the 5 exterior doors, are red, blue, or yellow.
There you go.
There's also a blue in pylon 2 and 1 and 5, so maybe those doors opened also in those areas.
Yeah,
Cool. Pretty cool.
interesting.
You want to try to go to 2, see if something opened there?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, you guys head over to 2, the one on the right. Again, the doors are open. You walk into there. This area looks like it's turned on and does receive power. To your left, you're seeing that there are 3 bays. These bays would be used for sending shuttles or ships or vehicles inside and out of the pylon from here. And that entire wall that's on the top of it in this bay, which I'll show you again, is actually a like a cargo bay door, like a shuttle bay door. So in one of those shuttles, which are designated areas on the floor, they're not actually rooms; they're just areas on the floor. And you see there's one ship that has like the word jumper on it, and it seems to be in many pieces.
Wait. All right. Say that again because I don't think I'm getting it right.
So there's three like bays that could hold like ships or so.
Right.
One of them actually has a ship in it, and that ship has the word jumper on it.
But you said it's in pieces?
It's in many pieces, yeah. It looks like it's actually seen some sort of damage, like scarring and.
And this is in 2, right?
Yes.
This is in page. Is this ship? Does it look the same general structure as the one that's docked?
No. It does not.
This has been what could have damaged a ship like this up with space?
Does it look like damage, or does it look like it was taken apart on purpose?
Both.
Is there still like ship is completely in pieces?
It's in many pieces, yes.
Okay.
I'm looking at pieces of the hull. Does it? You said part of it does look damaged. Does it look like it crashed? Like maybe it hit a.
You have to give me a investigation check for this. And
Yeah,
you can
all right.
add in your machines.
Okay.
You would also, Phil, have the necessary qualifications to do this. You can give me an armor smithing check because you understand metals and you could probably tell the damage.
All right. So
Cool.
I got 1-6 on here.
So ask that question again.
So my question is, it's gotta be yes or no, then, right?
Yes.
So the question is, does the damage to the hull that I'm looking at look like it was caused by impact? Let's say this thing crashed into an asteroid or something to that effect. Or
Well, so your question is, which is one I'm going to answer, is was it caused by impact?
yes,
That's the question I'm going to answer.
That's the question. That's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to determine what is the cause of the damage. To the ship.
There is a physical impact involved.
Okay.
Going into some of the fans right now.
I got
I'll wait
2
for
sixes.
Phil. Okay, 1 second, Phil. Only says, remember, momentum works different as gravity decreases. You'll need to turn the ship in reverse direction and use the thrusters to slow yourself down. Andrew says, this gives me flashbacks to a not so good time for us fans. Richard says, keep checking the orbit as you pass through the center area. Just want you to forget about it. Shark says, do you know one small rock without any shields could put a hole through the entire station? Yes.
There's shields on.
Good to know. No.
Brooke's character have any insight. So Brooke, your fifth member, you can feel she's inside you, but she's having trouble manifesting for whatever reason.
All right.
Okay, so Phil, you're up. 2 questions.
I got 2 questions. Can I localize exactly where the biggest point of damage is from on the armor of the ship?
No.
Another question. This has to be armor related, correct? Or weapons? Okay, weapon related?
No, you can tell effect on metal. Just keep in your lane and you should be fine. You can stretch it a little bit.
Can I see? Is it possible to see what caused the damage? Is there any metal that shouldn't be here that is here?
No.
Okay.
Both you could take 5 experience points. Those checks.
All right. How about can I ask a question that's a sciencey question, but just a general vision question? You can tell me if I get answered or not.
Yeah.
But do I see burn marks?
You believe so.
All right. Man. All right. So, do you think it was Aegis who, I guess, took the ship in and dismantled it, or some of those people standing in there?
I have a question for you. Are you able to see if there's any parts that are essential to a ship flying that might not be on the ship? Maybe they needed parts from this ship to repair things around here, but I don't know about that. Maybe you do.
Yeah, perhaps. I take a quick look to see if, let's say there's the entirety of the propulsion system is there, whether it's damaged or not, irrelevant. But just if I can see if there's any things that I feel are necessary for a ship to fly, not here.
You feel like that everything that needs to be there is there.
Whether it works or not is different. But yeah. All right. So it doesn't look like it was cannibalized for that.
Yeah.
Charles Morrison wants Dan to detect magic.
Ooh, yes.
Ooh, I'll do so.
You would have to take charge.
Oh.
Radar, would you mind if I took over for a few minutes?
Go for it.
Okay. Take over.
Okay. You feel like a person again, as much as that can be in this crystal-born body.
Okay. I look around, and I attempt to detect magic.
Only wants to know, does the ship look at the same tech as your station? It does. You detect magic. You do not detect any magic in this area. Well, actually, that's not true. You do detect magic in the area, and it's in that tube that's running to the node. In fact, the liquid in the entire tube is resonating to you as magic, which you also feel and sense.
That goes to
the man's in charge. You can see what he sees. You see a magical aura.
Cool.
Now, when I detect magic and roll for yes or no questions, I'm assuming that's only magically related things?
Yes, it has to pertain to that, yeah.
Okay.
But obviously, what's cool about that is you can ask me literally any game-changing question as long as, it pertains to
Are Lucky Charms magically delicious?
I could answer that.
Wow.
Let's do it.
So is it yes or no?
I wish it was a yes or no. I want to extrapolate.
I think it needs
It's like, no
proof.
freebies. That's right.
Aw.
Aww. Yeah.
Oh man, if this ship is like yours, then what is a ship that's docked if it isn't the same as this one?
Oh, I'm thinking the exact same question. That's a little iffy to me.
Maybe that's the dragon ship. They're all like on board there, strapped in.
Imagine.
Dragons are sitting in the ship?
Yeah, they're just on the ship, just like strapped in, like just big chairs.
Even though they
trying to
can
take off. Leave me alone.
I'm just picturing them dragon size trying to fit into
Yeah,
human size
and-
chairs, even though they can polymorph. Like they can.
And they just keep breaking everything. It's like
Oh!
Try to
Watch your
squeeze it.
tail.
You all have to think these weird thoughts because you're in the same brain.
I say we check a different pylon.
Earl says,
Let's check the center console again.
Okay.
Let's check navigation, please.
I stride into the center.
let's pile on the center
a
pylon.
confident stride.
Okay, you go into the control room and you check the course. It does need some adjustment, which you could do when you're in charge.
Me?
No, Damien. And
Radar?
for you, Dan, you check the distance, and the distance seems to be up to 92.
92.
Good.
Radar,
good.
would you like to adjust?
Yes, please.
All right.
Okay, you adjust. This is pretty easy, and you give it some calculations, and you watch in the meter, and you put it back on course.
All right, just a quick question, or while we're in here clocking this. As we are getting further away from Andaria, are we traveling at a faster rate of speed, or is it still every 10 seconds is a tenth of a mile or whatever, a tenth of the distance?
You check it right now, and it seems to be. I mean, you're guessing.
Yeah.
So it seems to be about the same.
Okay. All right.
The recognized construction of the ship, is it gnomish or dwarven? The ship you guys believe it all feels like gnomish technology.
Yeah, I think he means the one up. The one.
Oh,
that
the other
doesn't
one.
match.
You can't tell. You don't know.
Who knows?
Ooh.
Minus 1,000. Nah, forget it. Keep it. What do you want to do?
We want to go to 2, right? 2 was the one that had the
You were just in 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't we just in 2?
1 and 4. We haven't gotten it yet.
Yes, you haven't been to 4. You have not been to 1. Which one you want to go to?
Well, 4 looks like all crystally.
Okay.
Let's go there first.
Yeah.
Okay, Dan. Oh no. Who's in charge, Dan or Dan?
I was driving the last. I was walking the last because I adjusted the ship.
Okay, Damien, you are in charge.
All right, I'll walk in there.
You make your way into the crystal area, and you see that there are 25 different stasis chambers, and they're all not rotated. They actually are rotating slowly, but they're all, I meant to say, encircling this large 20-foot crystal in the center of the room. This crystal is also, like those tubes, encased in some sort of liquid. And the crystal is itself in there rotating, and within that, there are actual soul crystals, which, Dan, you recognize, that are actually rotating around that crystal within, like, this water. You can picture Luke in the back to tank. So picture that whole thing, like 25 feet high, and the crystal is 20 feet rotating within it, and there are smaller, normal-sized crystals rotating there, and then everyone on the outside is on some sort of platforms, and this platform is very slowly, like a merry-go-round, but super slow, rotating around the entire thing. And you notice that, man, someone has turned off the power to some of these, and has unfortunately damaged and possibly killed some of the inhabitants. You can see that already. You see some blinking, like the whole light inside of it is blinking, and you can see that it's obviously malfunctioning.
How many is that happening in? Out of 25.
Exactly 25% of them.
You go over to one radar.
So we're gonna say
Okay.
Six of them look like they're malfunctioning.
See if they're us.
Oh wait, is it because we cut power to crystal chamber? We cut it by 25%.
Whoops.
We did lower it from 4 to 1. That's 4
Alright,
to 3.
Chris,
We lowered it from 4 to 3.
4.
We lowered it from 4 to 3. We cut it 25%.
I go to the first one. Take a look at it.
Is that what happened? That's totally what happened. We totally killed him.
Okay. The one of them is malfunctioning.
Yeah.
The person inside is 100% dead.
Do we recognize the person?
You recognize the person from part of your mission. It is I should say this. Well, we should now do the rolls here. I was going to kind of wait, but let's just do it right at this second before you get look through them, because that's what you want to know. So we're going to roll.
Oh shit.
And if you roll bad on this, you will be without a body the entire game.
Awesome.
All right, what are we rolling?
We're one at a time. We'll start with Tom, so Dan will have to wait till last. And if you roll a 1, your body has been killed.
1d6, right?
Is
Yes.
4.
Okay. Phil.
4.
It's me, right?
Yeah.
Here we go.
4 squad.
3.
Okay. And Dan.
Okay. 2.
Oh man, it wanted to be a 1.
It did.
There you go. That is as real as tabletop gets right there. Your life came down to 1 out of 6.
Can we allocate the power back to this to see if it was us? It totally was.
I don't.
If you want to, you have to walk back over there.
Want to do that? See if it was.
I mean, let's see if we could help anybody here. You realize we have to stop the engines then, right? You realize that doing that will stop the engines.
Why would it probably
We'll have
wouldn't
the
stop
same
engines.
problem.
1 point away.
What?
We have engines at 3. Just move it to 2 and give power back to support. Crystal chamber.
Well, I mean, we could also take power away from something else, not necessarily thrusters.
Well, I think that we now have a section or a situation where there's a bunch of bodies in one thing that are behind a door, and then there's us over here. So I guess we might know what containment is. And why are there a bunch of bodies locked behind a door on this ship?
Ah.
What's being contained?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Man.
So,
all right.
so
are any
our
of
bodies-
these? I'm
yeah,
sorry,
go
guys.
on. No, you go. Take it.
Sorry. Yeah, I just want to. Are any of these damaged things? Are any of those people still alive?
Yeah. So you
Ones
guys
that are
look around,
damaged.
and you do find your bodies, by the way. So you find your own bodies that are in there, and that's obviously 4 of them. You get the 5th one. You can tell it's Brooke's character. So because you could tell her essence, you could just kind of figure it out. You just know, and you feel probably her thoughts that are kind of somewhere in there. Now the fans of the show have characters that are here. Those characters are the ones that you guys killed, unfortunately.
Sorry.
Do we know
Right.
them?
You know who they are. Yeah. Everyone you know, like to a point. You're not close, but you know who they are. They're part of your mission.
Like, oh man, I used to see him in my walks in the morning. Oh man,
Sure, yeah.
he's a good guy.
Sorry.
That's terrible. All right, let's no one go back and rewatch that section of the show when we find out which one of us said to take points away from this right? Let's not watch that in case it was me. I don't remember, but we don't need to point fingers.
So, I guess now the next part is trying to get back into our bodies, or are we not worried about that? Are we just
Well, it would make things easier for us to move around and do things.
Unless you like being cozy in one body, it's up to you.
I wish I was out of this body in my own body. I wish I was out of this body in my own body. I wish I was out of this body in my own body. I do that again.
Yeah, that's annoying.
Nothing
Yeah,
happens.
you click your heels together 3 times.
On each containment chamber, is there some kind of control panel, some kind of light?
There is a small area that's control panel. You do have the ability to open the container, to shut it down completely, and there is a little port to put something in there.
Maybe the little crystals. Maybe you have to get like.
Like rip them out of our
Yeah, just like
Aegis and put them back in.
yeah.
Maybe that's how he rigged up this suit for us.
Yeah.
When you say that, you check out the systems and you see that in 100% it's been fixed. In fact, all of the crew's pods have been adjusted and customized so that they could fit some sort of, I'll say, device or something into the body. So it looks like Aegis did something.
So that like something can go into each member of these crews' bodies.
Something could be inserted into each of the bodies.
Who's driving?
Oh, radar.
Right.
Radar. Does Aegis have anything on him that maybe like he can remove from himself? That isn't the crystals, or the crystals? How accessible are they?
You know from before that you can remove the large crystal and you can open it. It's kind of like opening the pool filter. All the sponges coming up, you go like this, and you can see the crystal on it.
So, do those look like the crystals that would fit into the crystal thing on the thing?
You'd have to look at them again. Do you want to open it up?
Do you want to open it up?
So wait, I don't understand. So on the pod, there's a place to put something in, and on our bodies also, there's something to put something in.
Yeah, there's like a tube that goes there, like a shaft, and it goes right to the body, and something has been inserted onto the body to accept whatever it is.
So the thing that I want to put in my body, I put in the entryway in the pod, and
Correct.
it goes into. I got
Correct.
it. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a go.
You want me to try to take the crystal out of
Yes, ma'am.
Aegis? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if we should do that right now. I mean, yeah, you want to try that right now?
Let's
Yeah.
wait until we're stable before we, because if we mess this up, then like we're definitely up
Right.
right?
Probably.
What do you mean by stable?
Like
He means the
let's
orbit, right?
Yeah, let's get the orbit stabilized, right? So that we're not drifting off into space or anything. I'd love to find out what is in containment, who is that ship, and what destroyed the other ship.
Are there any
Right,
markings in this room that maybe Aegis has left here for us to see?
Oh,
Coral. I don't know why, but great. I love it. Thank you, Rick Rides. Richard Wild says it's crystal related.
yeah. So yeah,
Can I roll detect magic here to ask a question, a crystal-based question,
Oh yeah, for knowledge, yes. Yeah, you can just roll.
without taking over?
Yes. When before it was like you're using detect magic. So. Well, that wasn't really It's just seeing it through your eyes and looking around. That's kind of what's before, but you need to be in charge.
Okay. So, but I can roll detect magic now to ask you a crystal-based
Yes.
question. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, 2 6s.
2 6s. Go ahead. You got 2 questions.
Okay. So my first question is basically confirming what we supposed before. If we remove our personal crystal and insert it into the pod, will our bodies again live?
The question that I will answer will be, will it be successful? Yes.
Will our consciousness be transferred into our bodies at that point?
That's your question 2.
Yeah.
So the answer to that would be yes.
Okay.
Put me in, coach.
Sorry, I had an audio issue. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Do we all know that? Does he have to share that with us, or how does that?
No, you all know.
Okay.
No secrets.
We're sharing a consciousness right now.
Right. So, right, you're.
Although it is nice. It is nice.
Sure. I mean, it's.
It would be interesting to play the whole quest that way.
It would
you
be.
could.
It's like, could we all know what
Nothing
each other's
stopping it.
thinking? It's like, and then we'll always be together. We won't be separate. It's like, kind of nice.
Right. There's no splitting the party.
Yeah, no splitting parties.
We'll
are the
figure a way.
You want to stay in the one body? Is that what you're saying?
Is that the way the quest is going to go right now? Is that the-
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just want to be clear, right? You're saying your understanding is that your understanding is that if we take these crystals off of Aegis and put them into our bodies
Yes.
power back on.
Yes. And our consciousnesses will return to our bodies also.
Now, I guess I don't know the answer. I don't know if you do or whatever, because you don't understand it. Will that mean like, hey, we're in our bodies again, and our bodies are like, will we stay in stasis or will we wake up? Right?
No,
'Cause
I think we'll wake up. I mean, if our consciousness returns to our body,
Well, somebody's got to stay out here and make sure they can
Well, the last man standing, actually.
manipulate the
guy can't
containment things.
The last guy can't do himself, right? He has to, like...
The last guy can't do himself, right? What are you gonna do?
Somebody's got to stay in
Somebody's
Aegis,
gotta
no?
stay with the guy. So then when we wake up, then we come get your crystal, we put it in your thing, and then you come
Get
boom, get in.
Well, so I get all that. I right, we didn't Aegis didn't come up and run until we're all inside.
Yeah, we need to split up. No, but like, I think that's what the fans are getting at.
Also, if we run into anything and Aegis goes down, that's we're all
We're
going
all
down.
down. Yeah.
It's like,
Right. No, I think you're right. I guess.
well,
All right.
I think you might have a good point also. If our consciousness returns to our body, we may also need to separate ourselves from these tanks.
No thanks.
Want to be awake and trapped in these tanks?
No, we got to get out of them.
All right, I imagine as soon as the conscious entity, is there liquid in the tubes that the bodies are in?
Liquid in tubes? Yes. There's liquid
Yeah,
is
so
traveling
maybe-
into the.
Maybe our consciousness
pods that power
enters
them.
the bodies. Maybe the tube's empty and stuff. I don't know.
It might all happen at once.
I mean,
Okay, how about this? We go back to the center. We make sure we're on track. Once we're coasting, we come back here and try to enter the crystals into our bodies.
Sure.
all right.
All right, back to the center.
Radar?
Yeah, you're in the center.
All right, I want to check the helm,
Just the course.
just the course, all
You're
that.
You're up to 112.
112. Okay.
All right. You know what?
I feel like what were we gonna say?
Why don't we stabilize it now, just so we don't drop it
Overshoot?
off. Overshoot.
All right, yeah, we could
You know,
just to
turn
see
the thrusters back on again when
just
we're.
to see where we're at. All right. So I'm gonna cut the thrusters.
Should we reallocate the power?
Okay, you cut thrusters.
First, we gotta cut the thrusters. I'm gonna hit the thruster button first.
Okay, thrusters are off.
Okay. Now let's go to the power.
There's no need unless
No?
you want to put one back in containment. There's no. It's terrible to say, but we don't need to put the one back into.
That's true. They're dead.
All right, so we'll leave it.
Right. Yeah. For now.
Let's check the numbers. The altitude numbers or distance numbers.
13.
Still going up.
Yep.
Okay. Good.
Good.
All right.
Good.
All right. We'll have to give it a
So
try.
we'll have to check it. Hopefully not too long from now again, because we might need to adjust. We might need to turn and.
Well, we're going to try and get it back into our bodies, and then we'll be able to do multiple things at the same time.
Right. Okay. Let's do it. All right, back to that other node.
Okay, you walk back into the
Section 2, was it?
into the crystal room. No, it's not section 2.
Oh.
1?
4.
It's
It
4.
was 4.
4.
They're coming from sector 2.
All right, who wants to go first? How are we going to do this?
Put me in. Let's go. First in, first out. Let's go.
Okay, so you want me to open up the crystal thing? Is that
Welcome back to Italian D&D. Here we are with more jabroni.
All right.
Open up the
I'll say
crystal
this. Radar. Maybe.
Okay, what do you want? A quarter pound of what? And
Yank it right out of there. What are you
You want
doing?
to try? Do you want to do this? You're the engineer.
No, I was actually going to suggest that Zarax will do it. He's the crystal expert, and he seems to have a more understanding of how this piece works. I don't know. I mean, I'll do it if you want.
I mean, I'm very confident that this will work. If you feel
Okay.
more comfortable witnessing my body coming back to consciousness, I'm happy to go first.
Oh no, it's more along the line of like, okay, you know what?
I'll go
All
first.
right, I'll take it out. I'll take control. I'll take the thing out, and
Okay.
Desmond, you know which one's yours, right? You were able to identify it. You said.
Oh, I did it. Yeah, that was me. Yes, I did it.
All right. So
Are you okay, Miles?
you also know how he did it now because you know what he thinks.
Yeah. No, I am. I'm just nervous, and here's why. I'm nervous because we needed all of us in here to turn this on. So if we take one of us out and it doesn't wake us up immediately, it may turn off.
I don't think that's necessarily true. Do we know that we all had to be in here to turn it on? Is that a thing?
Well, I think we didn't turn it on until Zaraxel came in. That's I think, but I don't know. It's the not knowing that kills me about it. I just whatever. We'll find out. All right.
My crystal is the one that looks like this. And I make it just so you can see it. And then that's what it looks like.
Okay. All right. You want me to do this, Radar?
Go for it.
Okay. I take control.
Okay. So you take Desmond's crystal and you find Desmond's body and do you push any one of the buttons or do you insert the crystal?
What buttons are there?
You can open the unit is one of them or you can shut it off.
Crystal.
Now, if I open the unit up, I look at the at like where it would open or whatever the case may be, because this tube goes directly from outside the thing into Desmond, right?
Yes.
If I were to open it up, would that still be available to me, or is like opening it up change that pathway?
Opening up has no relevance on the fact that the tube is going from the outside port to the body. That's separate.
Okay.
You just decide if you need to open it or not, or you want to open it.
Can I do any kind of check on this to see if I can figure out how these things actually work?
Yes, go ahead.
All right. Gnomish technology kind of a check, or what
Yeah, you can roll Gnomish technology.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah, 3 6s.
Ooh.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay.
Go for it.
All right, so number 1, do I need to open this up in order to wake him up?
No.
All right. 2, if I put the crystal in like this, will he wake up and be able to get out on his own?
No.
3, do I need to put the crystal in to wake him up and then open it up for him to get out?
No.
All right. I don't know how to do this, and I don't think it'll work the way that we think it will.
Fair enough.
Well,
Looking at this, it'll wake him up, but he won't be able to get out. And I don't know how to get him out.
what if you open the door first, then insert the crystal?
I could work. I don't know.
If we can't get out once we're conscious, what if the way out is presented to us before we become conscious?
I'm confused about the situation. So it's like you get your consciousness, and then you can't open the door to get out. Is that what's happening?
You're still in stasis.
That's what he said.
But
You're
can't
just
you
in your
guys open the
body
door?
again. We could.
Yeah. So like you.
But I asked specifically
consciousness
if I put you in and then open the door, can you get out after that? And the answer was no.
It doesn't make sense.
There's
Well,
got to be
that's-
something else.
If they're a breathing tube for them to breathe in the tank.
Is there?
You don't see any tubes in like the nostrils or anything else, but it does look like they're in an environment that's comfortable for them.
Oh,
All right. Anyone else have any ideas about what the right thing to do here is? All right. Oh, I go over to right. Or is there anything other than the that?
Let's test the dead people. Let's see what happens if we open one of their things. What happens?
I guess there's a certain
What are you
logic.
gonna learn from that? Yeah, like
Well, yeah. Oh, you know what? I'll go to one of the dead people and see if they have a crystal in their pod.
There are ports into every person. Well, there's a port in every pod. There's a port installed in every pod for whatever reason. You do not see any crystals in any of the pods.
All right, there's, with the exception of ours, there's 20 pods.
25.
There's 5 of them are ours, right?
Yes, correct.
How many crystals are floating around the central crystal chamber?
There are 6 crystals, but those crystals are not these. They're actual soul crystals. And there's one of every color that you guys are aware of,
Okay.
at least.
All right. Oh, man. Is there any other control panels in here besides the individual ones on the pods?
There is one. It just reads out the status of the core.
What was it? It was open door. And what was the other button?
The core, the crystal chamber.
shut down?
Open, shut it off, or turn it on. But in this case, it'd just be shut off, and the port.
I wonder if shut it off is the thing. Like as soon as like you get consciousness, you shut it off. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't want to.
Yeah.
All right.
Is there instructions around here? Did Aegis leave a note? Is there an?
No, there's no note.
All right. Can I take more time to study this and try and figure out if there's a like what the method is to reactivate somebody?
Unless you find new information, you can't do another check. You have all your information. You've already investigated. So you'd have to find something new where you can enough for you to ask another question to make a roll.
Okay. Well, I'll do this, right? So the damaged ports are they, am I still able to open and close those? Like those controls look like they're working even if the machines themselves fail.
Yes. But, well, no, they don't seem to, like, you can operate them right now.
Okay. All right. The thing that we got from Arky, the book that we have from Sparky, rather. Is there anything in there on this?
Yeah, there is a whole chapter on like his research and what he's been doing.
Right.
And it's basically what he's done to build this and basically how it works. He's basically quick little summary of you just going through it for a couple minutes is like you see him using different crystals to allow this central crystal to change in different ways. And it allows him to do different functions because that's why he has the smaller crystals rotating around it. This crystal is actually encased in something that he found in the stellar, and it's called astral crystal. And it's in its raw form, it is liquid.
Oh, interesting.
That might sound familiar.
It does.
So he's been using astral crystal in all the tubes, and he's been using it inside the chamber here. And I'll allow each one of you to ask me one yes or no question about this whole setup because you're going through the book.
Can we discuss our, since we're in the same mind, can we discuss our yes or no questions?
Yes.
Let's plan this out. Does that count?
That was one.
I did it.
That was one.
All right.
So there's got to be an order to what's the question? What's the answer that we require? That should be the last one.
I'm going to put a time limit on this. Within 2 minutes, you have to ask the question.
What answer we require? What would be
for what exactly?
We want to know how to get up and out alive. We want to.
All right,
So like we need to figure.
Let's work backwards from that.
So I would ask this: to get out of the pod is the proper sequence of events. Shut off the pod, open the pod door, insert the crystal.
That is not the proper sequence of events.
Oh.
No, that wasn't the question. That we're discussing our question.
I guess that was my question.
Okay, well, I guess it was. All right.
Yeah, it involves the pods and the crystal all together, anything like that. So that was a valid question, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Does anything need to be done? This is I'm not at Tony. This is me working with the team. This is me not asking you the question. My thought is: does anything need to be done with the central crystal setup in order to reactivate people? That's the question I'm thinking of asking.
The central crystal setup. You're talking about?
No, I'm just to be clear. You said we could work together to ask her questions. We thought we took that as like we could workshop things. Is that not the case?
You could talk to each other.
Yeah. So don't answer.
Yeah.
Don't answer. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I thought you were asking me. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
putting it
telling
to the
them. Yeah, like this is what I'm thinking of asking if they think that's a good question or not.
That is a good question. Do we need to modify the central crystal tuning in order to do this?
Sure, make that your question.
All
right. And then what? And then
it's only yes or no question. So let's figure that out. Do we need to modify the center crystal setup with the soul crystal surrounding the large crystal and the liquid crystal? Does that need to be modified in order to wake up the people in stasis?
Yes.
Okay. I want to look at the map with the colors on it again. That's what we need to look at, I think. Right? Because where are we now? We're in 4.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
We're in 4. And so is the stasis chambers near the purple or near the white?
They're all around. They're in the white area.
They're in the white area. So maybe we need to make like a white color with the crystals.
Go back.
But then the doors are going to close.
No. You just have to make one white. We've got red, yellow, blue pointed. We can close the blue, change the blue to white.
Right, change the blue to white, if anything.
So you know that
you
do see a notation through it. This will save you time. The white does not refer to the actual color white. It just means that at least one crystal has to be activated for this system to be on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
Has to be activated for this system.
So it's already on.
Done.
So if one crystal is activated, this one is considered a primary function. So it's on.
Okay.
So if we turned off all those crystals, we would have killed everybody. Good. All right. Good to know.
100%.
Good call. All right. All right. So we don't have to worry about that. Scroll and Phil, you still have questions.
Okay.
Is inserting the crystal step 1?
Yes.
Okay. Should we ask something about whether...
You're not asking Tony. You're asking the rest.
I'm not asking Tony yet. I'm asking you guys. Should we ask something about whether, like, we'll still be able to, like, function in Aegis's body after we've... Like, you know, like, I don't know if that's, like, a question. Like,
I think that's a good question to ask, but we don't know
figure it
what
out,
to do.
If we figure it out and one of us gets out, we can
That person
remove
can do
you
it for
guys.
everybody else.
Yeah.
I
But
think
if
we
we
need to figure out what we have to do
So
to
we
the
got step
center
1.
crystals.
Step 1, insert crystal. So that's
Right.
step 1.
But we have to do something to those center crystals. We don't know what it is.
All right.
Your question should have to deal with that.
So, all right. So you're saying we know we have to do something? You think in the center crystals?
That was my question directly.
Yeah,
I said
you
yeah.
have to.
Oh, he said we do have to do something.
Wait a second. Can I ask an observation question?
Yeah.
The 25 pods, correct?
Yeah.
How many soul crystals are around the giant crystal? I count them.
There's 6.
He said they're not the same crystals that we have. They're like regular soul
ones.
crystals.
Your soul crystals are like crystals that are empty. They were never filled with a soul. Soul crystals are like full. Yes, they're already connected to a soul somewhere, and that's how they're powered in this unique way. Yours are not. They're very different. And also you could say that the way they formed in space and stellar makes them identifiable easy by sight because they are differently shaped. They're more slender. They're more
Is
like
there
a
a
rod.
Panel to to do the calibrations for the crystals?
You don't see anything to do like that with the crystals. You just see the panel that talks about the status of the whole unit.
So the port, the port on the pod, does it look like it's the size of one of the soul crystals, or does it look like it's the size of the crystal within Aegis?
The crystals within Aegis.
Like the crystals that we went into.
The small ones. Yeah.
Okay.
Right. I'm picturing like a
Thing.
Fortress of Solitude.
Yes.
Kind of
100%.
Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So then it seems like our original supposition was correct. Take it out of Aegis, put it in there.
Step 1.
But what do we got to do?
What or how to maneuver that stuff. So maybe that's the question instead of what to do, because we don't even know. Like a question about, can we control that? Can we manipulate that thing from in here or from the main room or wherever? I don't know.
But there are 6 of them there, right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4.
No. Ignore the 6 of them. Those 6 of them just
All of a sudden, you
balance.
see the doors where you're in shut.
Oh no.
And you see the power to the area is dimming.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We gotta do this.
I looked through the portal. Do I see anything? Back towards the center.
You see something go across.
Containment!
And that's where we're going to stop for today.
Ah! Yes.
Containment went to 0, didn't it? Oh my god.